In a world where surgical stitches meet sustainability, the next big innovation might just come from the dairy aisle. Specifically, from the creamy depths of yogurt. While yogurt has long been a staple of gut health and breakfast bowls, it's now stretching its usefulness into the surgical suite via biodegradable films made from its proteins, reimagined as high-performance, eco-friendly wound dressings for post-operative care. It turns out the proteins in yogurt, primarily casein and whey derivatives, are more than just nutritional powerhouses. When isolated and restructured into thin films, these proteins form flexible, breathable matrices that can adhere to skin, maintain wound moisture, and gradually biodegrade without leaving harmful residues. In essence, they become a natural, smart fabric for healing, one that's both kind to the environment and biologically active. From an engineering standpoint, yogurt protein films are surprisingly well-suited for wound applications. They can be formulated to match the ideal moisture vapor transmission rate, MVTR, allowing wounds to stay hydrated but not soggy, a balance that's critical for tissue regeneration and to avoid infection. This breathability mimics the skin's own function, preventing scabbing and creating a moist microenvironment that encourages epithelial migration and collagen synthesis. The result? Faster closure, reduced scar formation, and more comfort for the patient. But these films do more than just breathe well, they can fight bacteria too. Thanks to the intrinsic bioactivity of dairy peptides, especially those derived during yogurt fermentation, these dressings can have antimicrobial effects without the need for synthetic antibiotics. Certain peptides exhibit bacteriostatic properties against common surgical pathogens like Staphylococcus aureus and Pseudomonas aeruginosa. The mechanism? Likely a combination of membrane disruption and interference with bacterial signaling, a dairy-based version of biochemical sabotage. Moreover, the porous structure of yogurt protein films can be customized to load and release other therapeutic agents. Researchers have experimented with integrating silver nanoparticles, honey, curcumin, or even growth factors into these biodegradable matrices, allowing for sustained drug release directly at the wound site. The yogurt film acts like a timed caregiver, protective, hydrating, and medicinal, all while slowly disappearing into the skin like a biodegradable ghost. Mechanically, these films hold up impressively well. They're pliable enough to conform to irregular wound shapes, say, over joints or surgical incisions, but strong enough to resist tearing during patient movement. By adjusting the protein-to-plasticizer ratio, often using glycerol or sorbitol, scientists can tweak the flexibility, tensile strength, and degradation rate of the film to suit different wound types, from minor laparoscopic ports to more complex abdominal surgeries. Environmentalists, meanwhile, are quietly cheering. Conventional wound dressings often involve synthetic polymers that contribute to medical waste and resist degradation. Yogurt-based films, by contrast, are compostable and non-toxic. Imagine post-op dressings that don't just fall off when the healing's done. They literally return to the earth. It's zero-waste healthcare, with a side of dairy innovation. Still, there are challenges to overcome before hospitals roll out yogurt film strips next to surgical staples. Standardizing protein isolation, ensuring sterility, achieving long-term shelf stability, and scaling up production remain significant hurdles. And while preclinical studies in animals show encouraging results, large-scale clinical trials in humans are still needed to verify efficacy and safety in complex wound environments. But the trajectory is promising. With continued development, we could see personalized wound dressings, infused with probiotics, growth factors, or even a patient's own microbiome, built on a yogurt protein scaffold. Surgeons might one day apply a film that doesn't just close the wound but actively speaks to the skin cells beneath, encouraging them to rebuild faster, cleaner, and smarter. So while your yogurt may still be best known for supporting digestive harmony, its proteins are proving to be just as skilled at skin regeneration. In the not-too-distant future, post-op care might begin with a scalpel and end with a spoonful of bioengineering brilliance.